Today on the Trent Out Loud Podcast. Not to toot my own horn, but every time I talk about Caitlin Clark, I always talk about Angel Reese. Caitlin Clark wouldn't have as much attention as she does without Angel Reese. It's their rivalry. What up? It's your boy Trent Out Loud, and I'm back with another episode. All right, it's Friday morning. You know what time it is. It's my favorite day of the week. It's Friday. It's Friday. Yo. Yes, the weekend is here. Y'all know, my loyal listeners, you know every day I literally start off Monday counting down for the Friday, and today is here, man. So I got a little show set up for you guys today just to get you over the hump, to get you to the weekend. Let's get it started so I can get my weekend started. All right, I got two lead stories for you. Cassie actually finally breaks her silence and speaks on the video of Diddy abusing her in the hotel. So I got that for you. And then sadly, in my second lead story, a family of 5 dies on their way to church. It's actually a really sad story. Then sorry that I have a really sad story for you on Friday. That's not normally like me, but I do need to tell you about it because a lot of people are talking about it. Then we're going to jump over to quick news. LeBron James and Charles Barkley are getting some backlash for defending Caitlin Clark. And then we got a story about American Airlines and United having over 300 planes that are faulty. Then we're going to jump into speed news. We're going to talk about Khloe and Tristan Kardashian. Sorry, Khloe Kardashian and Tristan Thomas. Then we're going to talk about 21 Savage. And then lastly, we're going to talk about Jennifer Lopez. Then we're going to jump into quick news. And of course, we're going to close out. Sorry. I'm rushing. Then we're going to jump into question of the day. And then we're going to close out with sports news. Sorry, y'all. I'm excited. You know how I am on Fridays. All right, man. Y'all know what time it is. Turn your TVs, devices, or your radios up. I'm about to start this show. Let's go. Cassie thanks everybody for their love and support following the release of the 2016 domestic violence footage. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you're powerless in. So everybody is applauding Cassie for, of course, just her bravery with the lawsuit and speaking out. But of course, everybody is liking that she's finally breaking her silence and commenting on the video like many people have done this past week. So Cassie breaks her silence and thanks everybody for their love and support following the release of the 2016 footage, which shows her being abused by her ex, Diddy. She says that her only ask is that everyone opens their heart to believing victims the first time. We are continuing to send love and light to Cassie. So I'll read to you a little bit of her comments. Cassie said, "Thank you for all the love and support from my family, friends, strangers, and those who I have yet to meet. The outpouring of love has created a place for my younger self to settle and feel safe now. But this is only the beginning. Domestic violence is the issue. It broke me down to someone I never thought I could become. With a lot of hard work, I am better today, but I'll always be recovering from my past. Thank you to everyone that has taken the time to take this matter seriously. My only ask is that everybody opens their heart to believing victims the first time. It takes a lot of heart to tell the truth out of a situation that you are powerless in. I offer my hand to those that are still living in fear. Reach out to your people. Don't cut them off. Nobody should carry this weight alone. This healing journey is never ending, but this support means everything to me. Thank you. Love, Cassie." So I thought that was beautifully said. And for those wondering why she didn't, mention Diddy's name, just in case you are wondering out there, her and Diddy signed an NDA, and neither of them are allowed to mention the other person's name. So in Diddy's apology video, he didn't mention Cassie. He got a lot of backlash for that. I just hope that nobody comes out after this and says, "Hey, how come she didn't say his name or say more about him?" They're not allowed. I think they're not even allowed to speak anything about them or even make reference to them. Not only just say their name, but not even make reference to them. So she's more saying thank you for the support and not even, if you notice, kind of referencing the video. So Shout out to Cassie. I hope that this gives her some sort of closure. And, as I always say, man, this is just the beginning for Diddy and this case. And I'm sure we're going to be talking a lot more about it. Okay, in our second lead story, family of 5 gets into a tragic car accident. Only a 5-year-old son survives. Oh, this is such a sad story. I hate to be doing this on a Friday, but I'll read to you a little bit of the story. So sad. A family of 5 was headed to a church event when they got into a tragic accident Sunday evening. According to WSB-TV Atlanta, the couple and their 5, 6, and 14-year-old son were in a vehicle on I-75 in Atlanta when it veered across the center median, setting off a chain reaction crash. The parents and their 17-year-old son, Brandon, were pronounced dead on the scene. The couple's 6-year-old son was in critical condition after the accident, but was pronounced dead on Wednesday morning and was taken off of life support. The family leaves behind their 5-year-old son, Noah, who is expected to make a full recovery. Oh, this is just so sad, man. Could you imagine? I'm going to put the picture up of this beautiful, beautiful family on my YouTube channel. When something like this happens, you have no choice but to, of course, grieve, but just find some sort of blessing into it. And it's like what everybody's talking about online. Like, there's a reason why this 5-year-old son, Noah, was spared. Just imagine an accident at this level of that magnitude. And the youngest son, the youngest baby, survives. And from what we were telling from the report, it's like he was almost kind of like not even affected, right? It says the family leaves behind their 5-year-old son who's expected to make a full recovery. Okay, so he did have some sort of wounds or accidents. But anyways, man, like I said, try to find the light into this, and at least that whole family, is not completely gone, and their son is still left behind. But wow, I hope that there's other family support and aunts and uncles and stuff. But as Charlemagne the God says all the time, sending healing energy and positive vibes to their extended family, and 100% rest in peace to the family that lost their life and left behind a 5-year-old son. All right, this brings us to quick news. Ring my bell. Social media reacts to LeBron James and Charles Barkley publicly supporting and defending Caitlin Clark. All right, so you would assume that if Charles Barkley and LeBron James are defending Caitlin Clark, a female WNBA player, you would think that they would actually get some support for it, but they're actually getting backlash. Let me play a little clip from what LeBron had to say, and then I'll tell you why they're getting backlash. Take a listen.
Caitlin Clark is the reason why a lot of great things is going to happen for the WNBA.
All right, I'll read a little of the story to you. Following a recent interview from LeBron James and commentary from Charles Barkley, people are speaking on the support and defense Black male sport professionals are showing for Caitlin Clark, and debating whether Angel Reese and other female athletes has received the same public support. See, so that's what it is. It's not that Black male athletes are supporting Caitlin Clark, but where is the support for Angel Reese and the other athletes? Why is it so much support for Caitlin Clark? Not to toot my own horn, but every time I talk about Caitlin Clark, I always talk about Angel Reese. And when they were going in their battle, y'all know I was talking about and going for Angel Reese the most. And it's not necessarily just to support Angel Reese, but I just don't feel like I kind of agree a little bit with the backlash, because I just don't understand why we only talk about Caitlin Clark and why Caitlin Clark was the only one who, gets all the shine and gets all the notoriety, and I think Angel Reese has done a lot. Camila Cardoza has done a lot, and a lot of the other female athletes. And I just want to put a button on it quickly. Caitlin Clark wouldn't have as much attention as she does without Angel Reese. It's their rivalry, right? It's like Magic and Bird, their rivalry. So when I feel personally, when you mention Caitlin Clark's name, you have to mention Angel Reese at the same time. So anyways, I'll read you a couple of comments. So a black man saying Angel Reese hasn't been getting hate is crazy. Another person said, haven't seen a single black athlete, current or retired, defending Angel Reese like this at any point. Another person said, y'all know it's okay to like Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark together, right? Hating on both sides is weird to me. Totally agree with that. And then the last person said, well, the last thing that I have is, guys, remember when Angel Reese went through racial abuse for a whole year after the national championships? I 100% remember that, and I was defending her the whole way. The person goes on to say, I wish she got half the support these people are giving to a non-issue. And all right, I can keep on going more and more. And just to reiterate, to people who don't understand why Caitlin Clark is getting so much support, is because her team is failing right now. I think it's the Indiana Fever. They're 0-5, and she's not having a great start to her WNBA career. And everyone's like, it's okay, Caitlin, don't worry, blah, blah. So it's like, yo, where is the support for the black female athlete? Where is the support for Angel Reese when she was going through her drama and getting scrutinized online? So I completely agree with this backlash. It's hard to say that you're getting backlash for professional athletes coming out and supporting another professional athlete. Like, I understand that Charles Barkley and LeBron James's heart may have been in the right place, but you can't do it for one and not for the other. That's what people are trying to say, and I agree with them. All right, in our second quick story, over 300 Boeing planes used by United and American Airlines have been found to have failed faults that could cause the jet to potentially explode in mid-air. Yo, I tried to ignore this. This actually story came out like a day or two ago, and I was like, oh, it's not really important. I keep on seeing more and more people talking about it, and it's literally crazy. The reason why I try to ignore it is that I fly a lot, so I was like, I don't want to read this, but I just couldn't ignore it. So, like, a friend of mine is afraid to fly, and he's like, please don't tell me stories about planes. So I apologize from the beginning that if anybody is fearing flying, that if this story is triggering to you, but it's important to know, for frequent flyers, you got to avoid certain planes. Anyways, there's a big story. I'll read a little bit out to you. It says, you won't believe this. According to the Daily Mail, a deadly defect was discovered this year in Boeing 777 aircraft. An electric malfunction could ignite and detonate the fuel tank in the wings. The FAA has warned that this puts around 300 or more Boeing aircrafts, including those in danger, including those operated by American and United Airlines. Wow. Anyways, for those of you who want to get more information about it, Google it, because I don't want to read the rest of the story because this stuff scares me. But just know, if you're traveling anywhere with United and what was the other one? United and American Airlines, maybe try to ask the airline which plane they're flying and, see if you maybe want to change your flight and fly with another airline. All right, this brings us to speed news. Ring my bell. It's a miracle. Khloe Kardashian finally seems over rekindling a relationship with Tristan Thompson despite his persistence. Now, I don't normally talk about the Kardashians on my show. No hate, I just don't watch the show. But it's Friday, so I want to put this in there. And I think of all the Kardashians, I love Khloe the most. But anyways, I have a little clip. Here it is.
I mean, we could just combine both houses and just live one big happy family.
No.
Yo, that's shade, man. Anyways, shout out to Tristan. Tristan is a Canadian native, so I was going to support my Canadians. Just keep trying, Tristan. All right, this brings us to our second speed story. So I was on a blog and somebody posted, I can't remember what the blog site was, and they posted this weird post. They said, 21 Savage wife shares a photo with her hubby and their little graduate. Too cute. And it says at the top on the picture, says middle school, here he comes. Now, what is a little strange about that is that 21 Savage is rumored to be dating Latto. Latto actually just posted up some hot pictures of her in Jamaica. If y'all want to go check out her Instagram, she looks really good. But yeah, it's just a little strange because, so he's British. And they say that he married this woman for a visa. And maybe you could think, hey, maybe they're posting this because they want to, for immigration purposes. But how do you marry somebody for immigration purposes, but then you have a son with them? So I find this a little bit weird. Even people in the comment section were like, I wonder what y'all would say if Latto were to post her man the whole time and never knowing it was 21 Savage. Somebody said, wife, I thought he was dating Latto. Somebody else said, why they make it seem like he's only married for citizenship when they have a family. Then somebody else said, still married with children. And they didn't get together for no visa. Latto just took her husband. That's it. That's all. So I don't know what is going on, but 21 Savage, hey, do your thing, playa. All right, this brings us to our third and final speed story. Jennifer Lopez respectfully shuts down a reporter who asked about her situation with Ben Affleck, and she said, "You know better." Quickly, Jennifer Lopez shows grace and class when she was recently put in a very uncomfortable situation during a press conference in Mexico to promote her new movie on Netflix. The actress found herself facing an unexpected and personal question from a reporter. So, and she goes on to say she was shocked by the question, and she's like, "Listen, you know better than that." And even the reporter chimed in. But I just wanted to throw this quick story in here, or speed story in here, because I did report to you guys last week that I heard that they're not even living together. It hasn't been confirmed, but that's some good reporting on me. Because if that was a wrong story and somebody asked her, she just would have been like, "What are you talking about? We are together." So this is the first time that we are getting some sort of confirmation that there is a problem between Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck. I don't know why I'm making such a big deal about this. This is not a gossip site, but it's Friday, man. All right. We're talking about relationships, Khloe, Tristan, Jennifer Lopez, who's breaking up, who's divorced. Sometimes I get into gossip, okay, but only on Fridays. All right. This brings us to question of the day. All right. This is an excellent question of the day. What shift would you rather work? Okay. Listen carefully. 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., not that much of a big difference, 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., and then 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. I just want to make sure I said that right. 7 a.m. to 3 p.m., 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., 3 p.m. to 11 p.m., 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Okay, so morning, afternoon, or midnight, morning, evening, or midnight shift. Somebody said 7 to 3 because I got the rest of the day to myself. Somebody said no shift, who wants to work. I knew somebody would say that. 11 to 7, if you work in healthcare, you know why? Okay, maybe a lot of people don't come into that time. Somebody said no shift. I'm tired of working. I'm ready to retire now. Somebody said 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. with a 30-minute lunch. Really funny, people. For those who didn't get that, it's that she's going to work 1 hour throughout the day. Somebody said, it doesn't matter, but I'm going to be late. Somebody said remote 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. That's actually pretty good. If you're an early morning riser, that's really good. Somebody said 9 to 5. As I get older, I can wake up at 5. I can't wake up at 5 anymore. Okay. 7 to 3 is the best schedule I've ever worked. Somebody said 0 o'clock to 0 o'clock. Somebody says, where is my 6 to 2 at? And then somebody said 7 till 3 is the best shift period. So I'm surprised that, here we go. Somebody said, I currently work 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. And it's the least amount of work I've ever done in my life. So that's what I was looking for is, that 11 to 7 shift is really underrated. First of all, it's quiet. Okay, let's say if you're not working at a hospital, but 11 p.m. to 7 a.m., it's quiet. You do your own thing. It's, man, you're kind of like, I think people who like that kind of like being alone or like being an individual or doing your own thing, that 11 to 7 shift is really good. Or even if you like being on teams, even if you're 2 or 3 people, it's just such a calm, like the world is so calm. That's more what I'm looking for. Like the world is so calm and you don't have as many distractions. Anytime you're in the day, whether it's day, evening, or night, there's so much stuff going on. The phone ringing, people calling you. There's things that are just happening in the world, TV shows. I really love working at night because, yeah, I feel like I could just really focus. And I feel like that shift is really underrated. But take it with a grain of salt. I am a person that could literally function on no sleep. I can go a day or 2 days with no sleep. I could literally take a nap for half an hour and be okay. So if you're not well with sleep, and then you got to adjust too for the weekends. But yeah, I could sleep whenever and do whatever. Jet lag doesn't bother me. So that's why I can get away with that. But let me know in the comment section below underneath this YouTube video. Send me a DM at Trent Out Loud, or send me an email, trentoutloud@cfqr600.com. Let me know what your favorite shift is. All right, this brings us to sports news. Okay, we haven't talked about Antonio Brown in a long time, but I really wanted to tell you guys about this because you would think that a big football player with a huge contract like this would get, this would never happen. But anyways, let me tell you, breaking news, Antonio Brown has filed for bankruptcy and owes 8 creditors nearly $3 million. Like, yo, this is shocking. You've heard of athletes, going broke, not having money, whatever, blah, blah. But when they say they went broke, they mean from like, man, they went to having 100 million to having a couple million. You know what I mean? Like Mike Tyson, quote unquote, went broke. Yes, but he made $200 million and he had a $50 million house, but now he lives in a $5 million house. You know what I mean? That's their version. But filing for bankruptcy, that means you're broke, Antonio Brown earned over $88 million in his career. Even if you want to say after taxes and your managers and your lawyers and stuff, bro, you still walked away with $40 or $35 million. How could you file for bankruptcy that quickly? He literally just retired the other day. Anyways, they say that he claims that he has less than $50,000 in assets. So that just means that all Antonio Brown did was just like gamble, alcohol. He just blew that money. If you have no assets, you that is crazy, man. Anyways, Antonio Brown, I'm a big football fan, so I really, really loved Antonio Brown when he was playing. And, the one thing I would say is that Antonio Brown, they say that he does have a lot of mental health issues, and you saw him like with Kanye West and doing all that stuff. So as much as I am shocked, I also kind of do feel bad for him. And I would love to hear that he maybe gets help or is getting help and, clean up his life. Because Antonio Brown is a personality. He's a great athlete, but he's a personality. So I hope that whatever he files for, well, he said that he already filed for bankruptcy, but he can clean up his debts, clean up himself, get some help, do some therapy, and get himself better and come back and do commenting, start a podcast. Like he could do something out here, man. So anyways, shout out to Antonio Brown. And like I said in the beginning, for the other family, sending healing energy and light to Antonio Brown. All right, y'all, that's it from me. It's a wrap. My weekend is starting. I got big plans this weekend. I will tell you about it on Monday. I don't like to talk about things before they happen, just in case you never know. Things cannot work out, but I got big plans, so I'm very excited. I'm actually running out right now. So thank you all for kicking with me. We had a great week together. Thank you so much for always tuning in. We have had a great week, a lot of good feedback, a lot of comments, a lot of likes, a lot of shares. So thank you for that. This podcast doesn't exist without you guys. Yes, I do love doing it, but we do need the love and support from you guys. So thank you very much. All right, a little bit of housekeeping before I go. For those of you who watch this podcast on YouTube or you listen to it on podcast platforms, please try to check us out Monday to Friday from 11 to 12 on CFQR600.com from any device anywhere in the world. If you love this podcast, it's a really good way to listen to the podcast. We mix in 90s and 2000s hip hop and R&B between each segment. It's really, really dope. You could check us out. And also in the Montreal area, 600 AM on your radio stations. Vice versa, if you're used to listening to this podcast on CFQR600.com or 600 AM in your on your radio or in your car. And you can always catch us between 11 to 12. Don't worry, the podcast is uploaded daily on YouTube and podcast platforms. So if you cannot catch us during that time, if you have a meeting, you're busy, you got your kids, whatever, blah, blah, you got lunch meetings, we understand. Just check us out. You never miss a show. You can check us out on YouTube and podcast platforms. Just search Trent Out Loud. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. All right, y'all. That's it. Have a safe weekend. Thanks for kicking it with me, and I will see you on Monday. Peace. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It's your boy, Trent Out Loud. Peace.